Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is Monday. What is today? July 29th.
Yep.
Wow, July is almost, I can't believe this month is almost done with. Thanks for stopping by for this week's recap. A quick note, we did the Raw recap on the last episode. So if you're looking for the full week, you can catch Raw on the last episode. This one we'll be doing the 23rd through the 28th. So we'll be covering NXT, Speed, Level Up, Main Event, and SmackDown. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I'm sleep deprived. So
Same here. How was your musical last night?
Oh, it's glorious. I've been wanting to see Mamma Mia for so long. Oh man, it was nice. I love Memphis. It's such a cool town. I had my kid with me. I wanted to go to Jerry the King Lawler's bar, but I had my teenager with me, so we weren't able to venture down there.
Air conditioning and a tablet in the car, and then you will have fun.
just hang out.
We're slipping 100 to the security guard.
Yeah.
Play around on the TikTok, and I'm gonna go shoot the breeze with Jerry the King Lawler.
Yep.
I've heard people down there say that like he pops in and stuff, so that would be interesting to see the King. He's also a collector, from what I've heard. So I'd be like, hey, you got any merch you want to sell? Any old belts?
Oh yeah. If you ever watched the
Most Wanted Treasures.
Yeah, there was actually an episode they went to his house, and he has a ton of stuff.
He had one of the Rock's shirts like hanging up in his office. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, he's the one that gave that to the WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah.
So he seems like he'd be a cool one to hang out with. So, it was cool. The musical was fun though. It was nice to actually get out and see one. Usually we don't get the good ones down here in the South. Hamilton came through here not too long ago, and everybody was like losing their minds. And yeah, so it was pretty nice until we get the Stone Cold and Rock feud musical. I'll be sticking to these. So
what about Pretty Deadly the musical? That might happen this Friday on a go home show. We never know. It's been teased.
Stone Cold's too busy with his cats now.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god, I know. Like,
went from being a badass to having a kitty Instagram.
I know. Oh my gosh, like
Broken Skull's cat breeding company.
Yeah. So I'm hoping for more. I'm hoping for some good stuff. This week, though, I mean, on the subject of musicals, there is going to be a musical this week.
Hells yeah!
Yeah,
I cannot wait.
I heard someone is going to be in concert.
Mr. Joe Hendry.
Probably making a song about Gallus.
Real quick. There's going to be a Joe Hendry appearance up here in Massachusetts at Kowloon.
Really?
In a few months, and they're doing like a Q&A, wrestling bingo, and then an autograph signing with them. And it's like $100 for VIP with guaranteed seats. So anyone
that's worth it
that wants to meet him, and if anyone goes, if I for some reason don't, you have to ask him the question if he gets pissed off that every time Moose calls him Joe Henry.
He still appeared.
Yeah. Moose calls him Joe Henry every time he says his name.
Santino screws up most of the names too, I've noticed. I forget.
Oh, he does that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, it was John Cena instead of John Cena. I love it.
Oh my god!
Is TNA coming up here, or is it just Joe?
Do what now?
Is TNA coming up here, or is it just Joe?
It's just Joe. He's doing a signing.
I mean, since we're in the era of being linked in with TNA, I guess we could mention some of what happened. Did you guys watch last week?
Yes, I did.
Mustafa Ali is in their world title picture. I mean, a lot of people were saying for a long time in WWE that he was massively underrated. So really cool to see that. Him feuding with Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, is not something I ever expected to see, though. But I'm excited about it. I mean, that's kind of cool, I think.
With him, I have a question. Did WWE just always screw up his name calling him Mustafa Ali?
Yeah, Mustafa or something like that.
Yeah, because WWE always called him Mustafa Ali. And now it's Mustafa or however, I don't know, but
It was. I noticed it was different depending on who the ring announcer was too. A lot of times.
One thing that I'm not big on though is it's nice to be finally in the title picture, but we have him going on Impact next week, I believe it is, where Frankie Kazarian's fighting Ryan Nemeth, where he's obviously going to beat him and then get a shot probably at the next pay-per-view. I forgot what it is offhand, but that's I would think using him would be better at more of a pay-per-view match than an Impact match personally.
Yeah. It's nice that he's getting some love though. Like I'm really excited about it. There was some Matt Hardy, the Rascals.
Yeah.
I like how the Rascals are steadily floating back and forth. I mean, it's a good segue actually. Since we have to talk about WWE stuff too. They were also on NXT, and then a few days later we're on TNA. But is TNA taped or are they live?
Yeah, they tape about 2 to 3 each time they do it, and we see them the next 3 weeks after usually.
Yeah, they taped a bunch of them. The weekend I was in New York for SmackDown, they were in Philly, and they for 2 days filming.
Yeah, they had 2 weeks worth of 2 weeks worth of impacts and 2 weeks of explosions out of that Philly one.
Okay, gotcha. So for those who aren't watching, I mean, TNA is pretty easy to get access to if you want to. It's a good show. I mean, I would say better than AEW. I know I'll probably get some flack for that, but TNA has been really good lately. I've been enjoying their shows. So, and especially since they're crossing over with NXT and this looks like it's going to be a continued thing, it's a good thing to watch it so you can kind of get to know some of the characters. You'll find a lot of familiar faces there. TNA is kind of where everyone goes if they don't go to AEW. So you'll be like, hey, I know that guy. I know that guy. I know that guy. Dolph Ziggler's their world champion. I mean, it's cool stuff.
And now that they're allowed to keep their own names, the transition to TNA with that partnership, people are going to know who they are right off the bat instead of having to remember new names.
Speaking of that, did you guys see a MXM collection at all this week? The former Maximum Male models at Death Before Dishonor and Collision.
Yes.
Yeah, they're on side with Ring of Honor.
Yeah. They looked a lot better than when they were in WWE, the promo they cut. I think they were misused based off of just that promo that I saw.
It's interesting. They stuck with that too. Like, I think they have a podcast too, or a show or something they do, and they like stuck with that gimmick. It's crazy because it was such a dumb gimmick.
I think they got misused because Vince didn't know what to do with them because Vince was the one behind all that. So
such good shit. All I can hear in my head, and anytime I see a crap gimmick, I'm like, such good shit. My favorite thing, the Vince puppet was like, I don't know why he even agreed to that. Like, I've heard he's notoriously not the best at taking jokes or making fun of himself. So like, that's interesting. He allowed him to do that.
Yeah.
So over on NXT this week, pretty decent show actually. Brooks Jensen going over Josh Briggs, Eddie Thorpe defeating Lexus King, Oro Mensah defeating Ashante Adonis, Trick Williams defeating Cedric Alexander. So sad. The Metaphor defeated Sol Ruka and Carmen Petrovic. Sorry about that. And the Rascals defeating the Supersonic Duo and Javon Evans. Not a bad show. That's a dang good card. NXT, man, they always get a good show, and it's a small arena. Like, if I lived in Orlando, I'd be at like every taping there or every live show or whatever. I'd be at all of them.
Not a fan of Sol Ruka losing, as we all know.
She had some social media pictures out recently that kind of blew up. I don't know if you saw those or not.
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. No, I didn't want you to miss that. Okay, cool. Glad we saw that. So that's setting up the NXT Great American Bash, which is it's a 2-week thing, July 30th and August 6th. So, I mean, some pretty good matches going in there. Roxanne Perez and Thea Hale for the title, Tony D and Tavion Heights for the Heritage Cup. The Unholy Union bringing the tag team titles down against the Metaphor, and Carmen Lola and Soul against Fallon, JC, and Jasmine. And then night 2 is Ethan Page versus Oro Mensah for the NXT Championship. I think that's lining up to be a pretty good set of shows, I think.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm not too big on, though, is I don't like when you already have another championship match booked and you have one going on, because the Unholy Union's also got a title defense coming up this Friday on the Go Home show. So we clearly are giving away the winner right there, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, that's sad. Unless they want to throw a curveball. I mean,
yeah, you never know.
Stranger
As we
things
all
have
know,
happened.
fine print card is always subject to change.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Ethan Page is going to lose his title anytime soon. I bet they're going to give him one of those old school NXT long runs. Like,
yep.
I feel like he's going to hold it for a minute. They're really high on him.
I want him to feud with Shawn Spears, and I'll be happy.
As do most people. I mean, any thinking person is like, that's what they want to see. I mean, that's a feud that's gonna feed families. It's gonna be really good. I'm waiting for it.
And then have freaking Trick Williams go feud with Moose for the TNA title. Or no, Moose lost the title. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot about that one.
I mean, he could still come over and compete. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with him. So I mean,
Moose and Obafemi.
Yeah, there was rumors about that.
That'd be a match. That'd be big meaty men slapping meat for sure.
Thanks, Pat.
I wonder how this the Joe Hendry concert is going to go. Like what their plan is with that. Or if
He's
it's
probably
gonna
going to call out.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
Going to call out Ethan Page.
I think he's going to go after Gallus myself. Seeing the he left all the pamphlets on
What's his name?
That was so Joe cool. Coffey's car, I think.
No, he left them on everyone's car.
Oh, everyone.
And they were
autographed.
autographed.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he went out there. He was actually he posted on social media that it wasn't like random people putting him out there for him. He was actually in the parking lot putting him out there.
He was doing the work.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they were all autographed. Everyone got a free autograph just to have. Like that was so cool. But I mean, there's like 14 people at an NXT show, so I mean, it wasn't. What's their capacity there?
350, I want to say, if I remember offhand.
77,482 and a half.
That would be filling up the whole building. 7,000. Yeah, for real. You'd have people in the center of the ring.
Let's see. It says around 300, yeah. So that's not too bad.
Most of those people are there every week too. I think they sell a season pass that you can buy, I believe. Also.
And I'm sure some of that's friends and family and crew, and they probably have a lot of people there that are like the standard people, I bet.
Chase U student section.
Yeah. Student seating is always good at any arena, so yeah. It works.
Did you guys see that they had Joe Hendry at NXT live events?
Yeah,
yeah. He's not just on TV tapings. He's actually going on the road with NXT.
Yeah, that was a couple days ago.
Which I thought that was pretty cool. Get him out there a little bit more. WWE use him a little bit more.
Davenport, Florida. That's where it was. July 26th.
There's a lot of people that are kind of upset though with WWE because it looks like they're just trying to poach NXT talent,
TNA talent.
Or TNA talent. That's what I meant.
I mean, honestly, Joe Hendry would rather be in WWE than TNA, I would bet. Like, if I had to bet.
I guarantee that. And there's rumors that WWE execs have already said Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry are two that they're looking to bring over as soon as their TNA contracts are up.
Thick Mama Pump. Oh, man.
One thing people got to remember, though, is WWE is not going to do a partnership with any other promotion unless they have everything to gain and nothing to lose. Because they were talking about teaming up with AAA and CMLL. As soon as they got Stephanie Vaquer from them, those talks dead because they know what the relationship's going to be like from now on after that.
Yep.
I mean, who was their last collaboration? What was that group? What was the company called? It wasn't Evolve. I can't remember.
Maybe
that's
Progress? I think it was Progress. Yeah.
Progress Wrestling. Yeah.
Yep. Stephanie Becker was going to be leaving anyway. She was in talks with AEW to leave CMLL. So.
Yep.
You know what's
Yeah,
interesting
she
about
took the same
Progress?
contract, and WWE just laid out a year of creative for her, as opposed to where AEW didn't.
They were like, "This is what we're going to do with you next week. After that, it's up in the air."
Yeah.
Well, you remember during that deal, they also ran Progress content on the WWE network. I was kind of hoping that was going to happen with TNA content, since TNA airs on like an Endeavor platform or something. Like I was hoping that was going to be the case.
They got Impact on Access TV though. When Explosion airs every Tuesday on YouTube also.
Yeah.
Progress Up, when they would come up here, they actually had some partnership with NXT back in the day, because what was it, years ago, like Shayna Baszler came up when she was in NXT. There was a few other ones, and it was funny because looking back at it now, I was at a Progress show where there was Shayna Baszler and Adam Cole, but Darby Allin was there too.
Nice.
Looking back at it now, it's like, holy crap, they were in the ring together and they were all on the same show. It's like, crap, AEW took all those.
Yeah. I will to this day die on this hill that letting the whole Undisputed Era go was like one of Vince's biggest blunders. They should have been running the damn company.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
They would have a great
God, they were
run.
so good.
I'm curious though if Adam had any backstage like enemies other than Pat McAfee, because that's openly documented how they don't get along. But I don't know if there's any other people that he would have the same relationship maybe with also. I don't know. That could just be a reason why.
He was a vanilla midget, as they say. It's probably one of the reasons Vince didn't like him.
Yep.
He was really good. It had endless potential. Could have been one of those face of the company guys, but just man, they blew it letting him go. The rest of them, I mean, O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, all decent guys, but Cole was the one you wanted to hang on to.
Adam Cole is the kind of guy, if he would have stayed in NXT in this new era with Triple H, he would have an NXT title run comparable to Roman Reigns on the main roster.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's that good on the mic, in the ring, all around.
Yeah, and I mean the fans always responded to him. Like, it's a lot of those guys. Like, a lot of like mainstream fans don't know a lot about these guys. I mean, like Hangman Page, super cool, but if he came to WWE, I don't think he'd get near the reaction that like an Adam Cole would. Adam Cole had like tremendous crossover appeal, so super big blunder. Not the best decision letting him go, I think. Let's see. I guess we'll do the minor shows next. Andrade retained on Speed. Baron Corbin is not your Speed champion. Main Event continues to be an NXT show now, apparently. Axiom
Level Up.
Joaquin Wild. Yeah, it's like just combine the two. JC Jane defeating Brinley Reese, and then Level Up. Some of the names that you see on Main Event as well. Jada Parker defeating Layla Diggs, Dion Lennox defeating Uriah Connors, and Dante Chen defeating
the Eternal Jobber.
Eternal Jobber.
He's the new age Brooklyn Brawler.
Or Kurt Hawkins. He's going to have that Kurt Hawkins record. He's going to beat Miz's record. Like, what kind of deal did they give this guy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What? I mean,
that's as low as it gets to jobbing on Level Up. Like, that's rough.
But if you think about it, he still has a WWE contract.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah, I mean, it's something, I guess. Yeah.
If he's willing to do this too, my guess is they have plans for him in the future also. If they're featuring him this much on TV, they know not all that many people watch Level Up. They probably just want him to get in-ring experience, so it probably will work out for him in the long run.
Yeah.
Interesting. Have you seen let me see if I can pull this over. You seen the new Speed bracket?
Yeah,
no,
little bigger bracket this week.
It is. Joaquin Wild versus Axiom for one match. Pete Dunne versus Julius Creed for one match. Austin Theory is now on Speed versus Montez Ford. And the last one looks like Javon Evans and Ashante Adonis. So a bunch of NXT talent they're using in Speed now. That's interesting. Javon would make a great speed champion.
What do you guys think of Ashante the Adonis so far with his role that he's played backstage, trying to get all the girls?
All the girls like, hey, he said it's like focus, and he's like, hey,
hey,
you need a Fonz. WWE needs a Fonz. He's that guy. He's the one who's going to get all the ladies.
Yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm liking how they're using them.
I'm interested to see, how that continues. I had Cedric. I mean, I was hoping they were going to do a lot with him on NXT as well. Like, super talented guy. I mean, him and Ashante could be good tag team champions. NXT is just wrought with awesome tag teams. So good tag team champions. But I think Cedric could be a top guy for an NXT championship. Or, I mean, even if he doesn't hold it, good to at least be in the picture, I think.
Yeah. They need to do something. Axiom and what's his face holding the titles this long. They need to.
Yeah, they got to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were talking about that when we started the podcast that we wanted them to get rid of the belts.
Yeah. Yep. They were definitely. I mean, they're good and all, but they're kind of boring. I mean, and there's other better tag teams I think that could have it at this point. So give it to somebody else. But another one. Speaking of, I'll actually flip over to SmackDown. They actually had that tag team championship tournament, and this was a tape show, obviously. So LA Knight beat Santos Escobar, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. Had a sneak attack by the Unholy Union, and Terrence Crawford had a nice punch on Austin Theory. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. It was glorious. Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax defeated Bayley and Mitchin. But there was a tag team #1 contenders gauntlet match. And I don't know when this match is because I don't see it added to – is it on the Go Home show? Because I didn't see it added
to this Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So Baron and Apollo defeated Legado. Street Profits defeated Baron and Apollo. Then Street Profits defeated Pretty Deadly. Then Street Profits defeated the OC. And then the Bloodline defeated the Street Profits. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I think getting some belts into the Bloodline would help. I think it's good that they won, putting them in the tag team picture. I think that was smart.
Yeah, they do need some gold because we all know Roman's coming back to help Cody keep the title to beat up Solo, so they need something as far as gold in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about.
Give like a mid card belt. Who would hold it?
Yeah.
One thing I'm happy with, though, is that Tongaloa, they played off the eye injury because we did not want to see the Gorillas of Destiny in that tag match. I'm glad we're getting Jacob Fatu as opposed to Tongaloa.
Yeah, much better.
We don't need any more gooch punches. And then knocking out his own brother.
I'm saying. I don't know why they didn't put that on the SummerSlam card though. That's one of your big pay-per-views. Like, I don't know. I mean, the card. I'll actually pull it up while we're talking about this because I mean, you've got time. It's a big pay-per-view. It's one of your big ones. Like, I don't know. I feel like that'd be a good pay-per-view, or at least their kickoff show because they don't do the kickoff matches anymore. So I don't know.
Triple H likes to keep the card tight though, and he usually goes with 5, going with 7, and then I believe we have a performance from Jelly Roll too, if I remember correctly. Which I'm hoping R-Truth joins him. That would be awesome. But
that would be epic.
What's he going to call it?
Now, remember when he came back at War Games, he was talking about the platinum jelly rolls there on the plate. So maybe that was some foreshadowing on the future.
I loved that when he was like, "Where are the jelly rolls?" He's like, "I got to go to cater. Got to get the jelly rolls." And Jelly Roll was standing right there.
So, Jason, you weren't with us last time, but we kind of talked about this card a little bit. What are your predictions looking at it?
Damon Priest is going to retain. Nia Jax is going to win, but then Tiffy's going to cash in and beat Nia Jax. Yep. Liv Rhea Ripley's obviously going to win.
Yeah.
Cody's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
LA Knight's going to finally take it.
Yes.
Sami Zayn, or actually, I think Braun's going to win this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match is a toss-up for me. It all depends on if we get a Seth Rollins heel turn or not.
It's a screwy finish, I think.
Yep.
It won't be a clean win, whatever happens. I mean, Yeah.
So what's the main event though?
If
It's
it's
gonna be Cody and Solo, I'm sure.
Solo,
That's because that's what I was thinking. But then a lot of people are saying it's going to be CM Punk and Drew because of the build up to that match.
I think if it's Cody and Solo, you'll know for sure that Roman is coming back.
They already
don't think
hinted
Roman
at it
will
this
return.
week, though.
If it's not a main event.
Yeah. So Solo came out and said, you know, if Roman has any issues with me, he can like pretty much come see me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we'll have a Roman return even if it's not the main event, Cody and Solo right before the main event.
I wouldn't mind seeing Gunther and Priest in the main event, but I bet they're going to open the show with that one because they have had a tendency to open with the World Championship.
Yep.
The other thing with that Gunther Priest match, as I said last week, I think tonight is going to tell us who wins that match because we might get 2 matches out of this because they keep alluding to street stuff, which I think this feud ends in a street fight, whether it be this Saturday or at Bash in Berlin, and that would be a great place for Gunther to win the title. So if it gets announced for a street fight tonight, I got Gunther winning, but if it doesn't, I think we're going to have another match at Bash in Berlin, and then that's where he will get the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, because that would free up Priest to feud with like Finn or something like that, and Gunther to feud with. Yeah, I mean, I don't see CM Punk chasing a belt.
No,
and that's why I don't see Gunther getting the belt because I just don't see any story of who he can feud with.
Yeah,
and Damian Priest, if you know at SummerSlam, if we see, or even at the rematch at Bash in Berlin, if we see Finn get involved, then Damian and Finn for the title is what I think would put butts in seats.
Yeah.
I think
you know, an unlikely feud I'd like to see would be Ludwig turning face.
Or bring back Vinci.
Yeah. Ludwig is great. I think he's massively slept on, has tremendous potential. That would be an awesome feud.
I think Finn and Priest is such a big feud though, where it wouldn't even need a belt. Like the story's already there. Where we've had Judgment Day be the main feature on Raw for almost 2 years now.
Yeah,
but I think they want to give Finn the belt finally again because he hasn't held it since he had to drop it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's forever ago. That was when it was the red fruit leather belt.
Yeah, the fruit by the foot belt.
Yep. Every time I saw it is what it made me think of. It made me hungry every time.
Quick question for you guys. Do you think we see Becky Lynch come back and announce she signed with WWE on Saturday? Because if we don't see Dominic interfere in that Rhea Liv match, she had problems with both of them. Does she come and throw a wrench in that?
What did I miss? Becky re-signed?
No, I'm saying if she announces it, they might just keep it hush hush to make it a surprise at SummerSlam.
I don't know. I think they're gonna keep her off for a bit.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's resigned. I'm just saying maybe because it would be tough to do if you're going to have Finn and Dom interfere both in the same night. I don't think you could do that. So if you do one or the other or neither, that would be a way to do it possibly.
I was thinking for a second it'd be cool to see Charlotte come back to do that, but Andrade is on SmackDown, so Charlotte wouldn't go for the Raw Women's Championship.
Unless we see Alexa Bliss come back and get involved.
That's true. I forgot about her.
I mean, another thought, yeah. Does the Wyatt Six have anything? I mean, it was rumored for a while that they were going to give Bo a match at SummerSlam, so I'm curious if they have any kind of involvement that night or if they do anything.
Are we going to see Alexa Bliss come back as part of the Wyatt Six, or is she going to come back as the goddess?
To be determined.
Goddess, I hope. I mean,
I don't really know.
I feel like she did her stuff with that, and like, yeah, let her come back and do her regular stuff. Like her regular gimmick was just fine, and I think she could be a massive face against Rhea. Like a feud between those two would be really entertaining.
I just want her to come back. She's my future ex-wife.
I don't know how quickly Rhea gets that belt though, because we saw what was it, almost when it was a year of her as champion already. So I know they like to have her with the belt on it because she's a big face of the company. But what more can we really do with her as champion? It's just like Seth.
We Liv keeps the title. They feud all the way through Bad Blood.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that if they're gonna have a women's Hell in a Cell match.
Yep.
Yeah. Rhea's busy killing noobs in Call of Duty for me right now. So
yes, me too.
There is nothing better than running a Rhea Ripley operator and then talking smack as a dude after you drown someone. They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah. It's funny, talking about that. Did you see the side-by-side comparison of Cody Rhodes in Call of Duty and Cody Rhodes in 2K24?
Yeah.
Activision got him done so much better.
Yeah.
What do we expect? 2K is, in my opinion, one of, if not the worst gaming companies to ever exist. Their games are just borderline unplayable, in my opinion.
Borderline or Borderlands?
Ooh.
Oh shit!
That movie's coming out soon too. I mean, a lot of people talk smack about the AEW game, but it's vastly more fun and playable than the WWE game. And I say that as a WWE fan. The AEW game, the mechanics are so much more fun.
I might actually buy that game. I was looking at some of the videos online. It looks like they got some pretty cool like mini games you can do on it.
Yeah, and the roster's good. The creator wrestler is really good. My guy is like he has the world championship and the TNT championship and the FTW championship. I just went and got them all, my custom characters. So, but the mini games are fun. The Stadium Stampede, I think it is fun. The roster is really good. I mean, the only complaint I have is the entrances are super short. It's like a 5-second entrance. They come out, they stand on the ramp, their name comes up, and then they disappear. But the in-ring action, I honestly, I don't miss commentators. Like, it's fun to not have that. It's like the old the N64 games where it's like background music and that's it.
Oh, AEW doesn't have commentators?
Not on the game.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can really just focus in on the gameplay itself. The back and forth is a lot better.
How to create a character?
Oh, it's great. I made one that was quite lifelike. So I was pretty impressed with it.
See, I like 2K24 how I can upload my own picture and then put it on.
I did that and it just didn't come out right. It was super weird on mine.
I spent about the day 2K24 came out, I spent about 4 hours.
Yeah, it's one you have to spend a lot of time with to get it right.
But my dude looks just like me, so I'm happy.
We got to know though, Jason, why ex-wife?
Because no one stays with me long enough. She'll see right through me after a while.
That's so sad.
Oh.
So I got the Rhea operator and I've got the Cody one. I didn't get the Ray one. I don't know if Ray's released yet or not. I'm not sure. I haven't checked.
I had to look because I got to get the Cody one.
I surprisingly haven't seen a lot of people running around with it. It's like when the Nicki Minaj operator came out, like everybody had Nicki Minaj. With the Snoop Dogg operator, like everybody had that one.
Oh, I was running Snoop Dogg up until Rhea came out.
I've been using the Sergeant. The cat is the one that I've used for like ever.
I love Snoop Dogg because his lines in the game after you kill people and whatnot are hilarious. And if you did the battle pass and you got the dog Snoop Dogg, so you're running around as a dog from like back in the day.
Did you hear who the next operator is going to be?
No. Oh, jeez. Is he going to run around with an invisible gun?
So he pulled out his Glock.
Oh, jeez.
When I saw that picture of Cody with his piece, that was the first thing I thought of. And I was like, I wonder if anybody, yep, there it is. Yep.
Do they have the map that they showed in the trailer with the ring in it?
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either.
I've ran in the supermarket one, which is a lot of fun, but I haven't seen the ring. I wonder if that was like just for images.
Probably.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not seeing it anywhere. That's a bummer. Yeah, because as people were saying, it would have been fun to see a map with a broken down wrestling ring. It's not clear if the wrestling ring in the teaser made the game, so I'm not thinking it's actually in the game.
Oh, gotcha.
Can you imagine?
Imagine if they used the performance center.
Yeah.
That would have been so awesome. I would have been so happy to see that.
They
The supermarket is cool.
They should put Rusev in it.
I was surprised it wasn't Roman. Like, Ray was such an odd choice. Unless Roman had like a hella high licensing fee. I don't know.
Probably.
Because I thought it would be like superstars like Roman and like Cody and like The Rock or something. I mean, something like that. That would have been cool. But it was definitely a different selection. I haven't seen hardly any of them. I've seen a few Reyes though running around, a few Codys. I don't know if the Ray one is out yet because I haven't seen any of those. Cody's pack is really cool. Like the guns that come with it have a really cool like American wrap. Like those are really cool on them.
Nice. I'm gonna have to get him tonight.
Yeah. His pack's like $29 or whatever, but you get like the sticker, the call tag, like the guns, like the character, everything. I mean, it's worth it.
What's his assassination?
He does the move.
Oh, the Cody Cutter?
Yeah. It is. See if I can find a video of it.
Because I think Rhea does the stomp.
No, it's the Crossroads.
Oh, it is the Crossroads?
Yeah, I found a video of it.
They don't have her do Riptide?
Let's see. There's Cody's. And then hers is the Riptide. And then there is hers. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I haven't seen anyone actually do the finishers yet though, but I'm usually one that likes to like snipe. I like to stay like far off and just pick people off. I don't do a lot of like the close quarter stuff, so I haven't done a finisher yet. But I'll see if I can get one of my buddies to play with me and be like, hey, just stand still. You know, like when you were playing Mortal Kombat with your friends when you were a kid and you're like, hey, I want to try this fatality. Just stand still. Quit hitting me. Yeah. See if I can find someone to let me at least try out one of the finishers. I'd be happy about that. Yeah, speaking of 2K24, I mean, it's been my hope that eventually WWE would switch companies or do something different. Like, because it feels like, you know, and I buy the 2Ks every year just because I'm a sucker and I'm their market. But I mean, like, you know, it'd be cool if they do something different. I liked the, what was it called? Was it Battlegrounds? Was that the game that came out a few years ago?
Oh, the cartoony one?
Yeah, during I think it was during COVID. I had a lot of fun with that one. That was cool. It was something different. I mean, it's not a sim, but I like the more arcadey ones that feel more like the old ones that you could just drop in, that you don't need like a master's degree to be able to play.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania, the arcade game from back in the 90s.
You know, maybe like that. I mean,
even
like
SmackDown versus Raw, I loved that when I was a kid. Like, even if we could just go back to that, I forgot the name of the company that made it. It was
Ukes.
Ukes, yes,
I think it was Ukes.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are doing the AEW game.
Yeah, they do AEW game now.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
So if you play the AEW,
yeah, I'm getting it.
Plays just like those.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting it then.
And there's a lot of community creations.
They use this pretty much a revamped engine from No Mercy on N64.
Yeah. And there's a lot of like community creations and whatnot. Like you can run WWE shows if you want to. I mean, let's see. I'll have to find one out there somewhere, but there's some interesting stuff. And the weapons are good. Like the collision detection can be off sometimes, but it's not like awful. But it's a really good wrestling game. If WWE did a wrestling game and used that engine, I mean, it would sell so hard. It would be so good.
Yeah.
It just seems like
I would want to play the game, but it's too frustrating for me. I can't play NBA 2K 24, 25, whatever we're on now, because it frustrates me too much. I'd rather play NBA Live all day.
When did their deal end with 2K? 2022 is when it was supposed to end, and it looks like they renewed then. I wonder how
They
long
should
they
have
said they were
ended
going to
it
go.
because of what was it, 2K20, that they didn't make one for a year because it was so trash.
Did you play the one on the? Oh, you have a Switch. Did you play the one on the Switch?
No.
I think it was 2K19, maybe, because I think Battlegrounds came out in 2020. So I think 2K19 was the one that was like, yeah, 2K19 was the one that came out. No, 2K18 was the one on the Switch. What was the one where they took the year off?
I think it was 21.
Okay.
Yeah, because 20 had so many bugs in it that they said they weren't going to make one for a year. Yeah, it was
that was it.
2K21 we didn't get.
2K20 came out in 2019. That was the bad one. Battlegrounds came out in 2020. And then 2021, there wasn't a release. And then 2022 came out in 2022. So now they're even with what year they're releasing in.
Yep.
Sounds like the game got COVID.
Yeah. No, the one with AJ Styles, 2K19 was good. I remember that's the one with AJ Styles on the cover. That one was really good.
Yeah. 2K19
was
really good.
Yeah.
If you get it on PC, there's people that have kept up to date with modding it to where you can pretty much incorporate all of the newer wrestlers into it.
Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah.
Well, we're speaking about AJ Styles with him doing all this stuff in Japan. How would you guys feel if he went into the G1 Climax? I'm sort of disappointed that he didn't. Yeah.
I would love that.
No.
Like did Daniel Bryan do that years ago? So letting AJ do it.
Good. I mean, and some of these guys, like they know, like AJ's a big Japan guy. I think it'd be smart for them to share because it's good cross appeal for their company. Like let Shinsuke compete, Nakamura, AJ Styles. I was about to say Daniel Bryan, but he's over in AEW. Yeah, the OC.
The OC would like freaking kill it over there because they love Machine Gun Anderson.
Mm.
Joe Hendry parodies Elias.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did that a few weeks ago.
What?
Yes, he's Elias is Elijah now. So he literally, yeah, it was phenomenal. I was dying because Elias was in the ring and he friggin' pretty much called him out.
So is Elias back in a company now?
He's doing indie.
Okay, I know he's been doing like those weird religious videos on like TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in NWA now? What?
Is he really?
Yeah, on January 1st, 2024, posted a video as Elijah. February 18th, 2024, wrestled first match at Wrestling Revolver. Interesting. Let's see. Let's look on Cage Match because I think even WWE, even the Wikipedia is out of date.
Any company that makes Tyrus or Titus their champion, I will not watch.
I mean, what the heck? Why?
You must love watching him on Fox News. Holy crap!
Me watching Fox News.
I know I'm joking, but holy crap!
Yeah, his last match was February 17th, 2024 at Wrestling Revolver. That was Elias's last match as Elijah. Interesting.
I had no idea. I'd see Brodus Clay on Fox News one day doing a talk show. I'd never thought I'd see that as a kid watching it.
My ex's mom knew I was into wrestling. She religiously watches Fox News. So when the first time she saw him holding the NWA belt, she like calls me. She's like, "Do you know who this is?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's a piece of trash."
I don't want to watch that crap. Yeah.
Or my folks are major Republicans, and I remember whenever the RNC was going on, they're like, "Hulk Hogan's on here." I'm like, "No, he's not." I turned it on, and I was like, "What?"
It's not the best guy to endorse you with his views that have came out recently, in my opinion.
Or is he the right guy?
Oh, he's the right guy for the RNC.
Yeah, is he the right guy?
It's the first guy he ever put over in his career, I heard.
Yeah.
He's been touring around for his beer. I know even Bischoff like tweeted about him and like, he looks so happy. This is the happiest I've ever seen him. He was down here recently with his beer, like at the Lake of the Ozarks. He's been out touring around with that Real American beer. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh my!
It's a hillbilly dumpster fire, to say the least. I've had many adventures there in my younger years.
When I was at Fort Lost in the Woods in Missouri, we used to go and we had a few choice interactions.
So yeah.
Yep.
It's one of those things. If you know, you know. That was an interesting place to promote. It seems like he knows his target audience. It's kind of like that. What was that beer? I don't know. It was called like Ultra Right or something like that. And they did this big campaign. It was like not woke beer or something like that. So it seems like Hulk Hogan's maybe like trying to appeal to, I guess, that side or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. But he knows his audience. Like he's getting out there. So I don't imagine we'll see him back in WWE anytime soon.
He's going to be at Fanatics Fan Fest though, and they're advertising him. So I think that door is still open if he decides to do something and they want to. It's not like they've outcasted him.
One final run.
Hopefully they bring him back right after they bring Brock Lesnar back.
You saw what he said on that this week, though. He said he is open to him returning when Brock feels he's ready.
Triple H was like, "You're going to ask Brock that one." But then there was a report that came out that I saw that WWE Legal said that they don't want much to do with him right now until the investigation's over.
Yeah, that's what back in April they said they wouldn't let him back until they cleared him, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Did you hear who's wrestling at in Japan next month at Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling? He will set a record as the oldest in-ring performer.
Ricky Morton?
The rumor is that it will be an explosive death match. Dory Funk Jr., 83 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another show that I'm looking forward to here is, speaking of indie shows, the Worcester Red Sox, their stadium is hosting a big-time wrestling show with Sting.
Really?
Yep. At a baseball park.
Yeah, Polo Park's a good venue because you can put seats on the field and you got the seats going up both ways.
Yeah, front row seats with like the meet and greet and everything. VIP is like $150.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that bad.
I was curious. I mean, after Sting had his quote unquote final match, we know how final matches are. I still feel like he didn't get his due in WWE. I feel like,
Seth Rollins fucked that one up though.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be wrestling at Polar Park. He's going to be just there.
Yeah.
I think he'll have some kind of interaction with somebody in the ring, but he's not having a match.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I saw Mick Foley as a special guest referee at the Knights of Columbus in our town. It was cool. I still got the poster from it downstairs. I ripped off one of the telephone poles in town.
He showed up at a big time wrestling at the Webster Town Hall up here in Webster, and they always do like an intermission. And so any of the bigger stars that they have on the show, you could go in the ring, pay $20 and get a picture with him. And I went in the ring, got a picture with him at that.
That's awesome.
So I know we did the last week on Raw on Monday. It was the Nikki Cross one. Yes. So I wonder if we're going to get Dexter or Gacy tonight.
I want to see how they're going to play into that, though, because, they don't have any ties to Bray.
Mm-mm.
And I know Nikki's was, they ignored me type thing. So I wonder what they're going to do there. I wonder if Dexter's going to talk.
I hope not. I hope he asks some questions and he doesn't say anything.
Yep.
One thing that I threw out last week is, I know you weren't here, Jason, but even with the axe that he used to have, even like carving a message in wood instead of having him talking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like that idea.
Or we know that he knows the words "I do." Just have him say those. It'd be a nice throwback to people who remembered his run in NXT.
What he's on that Tacoma FC.
Tacoma FD, yeah.
Tacoma FD, that's what it was.
In like the last season, I think. Yeah.
Everyone is like, he talked more on that show than he ever did in WWE.
Yeah, for real. I was saying forever before he showed up on that show. I just say it on Reddit all the time, and like I guess a lot of people didn't watch that show. I was like, there's a character on Tacoma FD named Ike who looks just like Dexter Lumis. And then like he showed up like a season or two later, and I was just like, oh, they did the thing. It was so cool.
Yep, they did the thing. I remember somebody texted me and was like, Dexter Lumis is on Tacoma FD. I'm like,
nobody knew what that. Nobody watched it. It was such a good show. The Super Trooper guys, I love everything they make, and it was such a good show on Tacoma FD. Oh, we lost Jason. Whenever it went over to Netflix, I was hoping that it would expand the audience, because you know how like a lot of times they'll take a show and it'll go to streaming and it'll like get popular and then they'll make a new season of it. That's what I was hoping they were going to do with Tacoma FD.
They're doing it.
Jason was so disappointed about Dexter Lumis showing up on Tacoma FD. He's like, I'm out of here. Somebody asked him what he thought, and he was like, yes. I don't need any more crossovers
for a second. So,
before we go, too, I got to ask you, Jason, what do you think of Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler? 3 straight weeks now that they've won. They're gaining a lot of heat. I wouldn't say
straight, but 3 weeks in a row.
Oh, man.
So
I'm friggin' getting canceled tomorrow.
So tonight,
That's
Seth
okay.
Rollins delivers the referee instructions. Lyra, Katana, and Caden against Sonya, Shayna, and Zoe. Xavier against Karrion Kross. And Gunther prepares for SummerSlam with a match against Finn Balor. Ooh, that's going to be good.
We got the referee instructions, too, tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Zelina Vega. She on the mic now is so good. Speaking of Shayna Baszler and Sonya Deville, when she was like, I'm sorry, I can't hear anything past your forehead. I lost my shit.
Yeah. I've been a Zelina Vega mark since she was with Andrade. They've slept on her so much. I mean, not letting her win the title in Puerto Rico, one of those like top probably 20 blunders this company's made. Like, so
I
dumb.
wonder who she's been working with though, because her mic skills and promo skills has gotten a lot better over the last couple months.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I mean, she's with the LWO, and none of them are notorious for cutting great promos. So
yeah,
same thing.
Do any of them talk?
But she's one that I've been wanting to see a belt on forever. She is the definition of why there needs to be women's mid-card titles.
100%.
Yep. Her, Ivy Nile, Zoe Stark, Dakota, like just so many women that they could float a title with. Lyra, Blair.
Eyebrows.
Blair I think she was the one that got married this past week too. I can't remember who that was. Was it Blair?
Oh, this crossed my mind this week too. What the hell happened to Tegan Knox? She got drafted, right? And we haven't seen her recently.
Is she injured?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking too. I don't remember her injured. She's like another one like Vinci.
Is she going to fall by the wayside like they did with Dijak?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. Tegan Knox. Her last match was July 5th. So she's wrestling dark matches.
Oh, dark matches. Okay.
July 5th, Blair defeated Tegan. June 7th, Tegan defeated Blair. May 31st, Tiffany Stratton defeated Tegan. And then she's worked like a bunch of live shows too, it looks like this year. She's been teaming with Natalia at some shows. She defeated Piper.
Did she resign?
Yes, she has resigned.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're using her at like house show or dark matches. That's pretty cool.
Another thing too, for the merch fans, we should be getting a bedazzled briefcase this week too, after Bailey breaking Tiffany's and Nia saying she will get her a new briefcase. My guess is it won't come till at SummerSlam or after, because she doesn't want her to cash in. But
I would show it now so that people can buy it at SummerSlam
Exactly.
because
I
there's
agree
going to
with
be a
that.
lot of people there and you want to make a bunch of money. If she cashes in that night, you want to sell as many of them as you can that night.
That's
But
the
then
one
again,
thing.
they'll keep selling them after that. So
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one thing
true.
that makes me question a cash in too, because they might want to make money off those briefcases longer than just having a cash in at SummerSlam, especially seeing where EO cashed in at SummerSlam last year
Yeah.
too.
I was just going to say the same thing. If they're going to do the bedazzled briefcase and want to make money, they're going to have to, bring it out, like stretch it out a little bit longer.
Yeah, because I mean, people are going to buy the crap out of that. There's no way around it. They're going to want one.
Nia wins the belt. They keep that team going. Her and Tiffy, and then when Nia loses it at Survivor Series, then she cashes in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think and a victory over Nia would look pretty good for her. I think like that would definitely be something that would cement her as one of those like top talents.
Because I was thinking more along the lines of Becky coming back at Survivor Series, winning the belt from Nia, and then Tiffy cashing in.
I'm curious how long they're going to keep Becky out. I mean, more so because I'm curious when Charlotte's coming back. Like,
there's so many speculations and rumors though about Becky showing up at All In.
Oh,
so
when's Ricochet going to show up too? That's another one.
That's going to be All In too.
Yeah.
They're waiting for all of the debuts because they need to sell out.
Imagine if you could get one more and you have like 3 people just walk out to open the show or something like that, just to totally put it in their face.
That would be nuts.
Yeah.
So
Dijak, Ricochet, and Becky Lynch.
Yeah, something like that.
So it says that Flair tore 3 ligaments in her knee about 8 months ago. When did this article go up? Today, actually. She's back in the PC training right now, so she could come back at any time. But it says it's anticipated she may be out in an additional 2 to 3 months. So
Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And especially, too, that would be a good place to poke a shot at them, too, because they were over in London this week talking to Sadiq Khan, I believe is the mayor over there, about possibly having WrestleMania 42, I believe it is, over there.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember this, but that was one of his campaign promises.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't follow London politics at all. Like, I know about I know how it works there, but I don't follow it. I don't live there. But I remember seeing that was one of his tweets. He was like, if I'm elected, we're going to have WrestleMania. I was like, I would vote for you if I lived there. I would vote for a Rock if they tweeted that WrestleMania was going to come to my tiny little town. Like, that's fantastic.
Oh, Jason, by the way, rumors SummerSlam next year at Foxborough, seeing it's John Cena's last year.
Oh, shit. Wait, I thought next year was
no, that's 2027.
2026. Or I thought that was next year in Indianapolis, the 2-night.
Let's see.
I thought it was just the Royal Rumble they announced there because it's Minnesota in 2026, and I think
Minnesota.
No, it is. Press release says kicking off with the Royal Rumble on February 1st, 2025. Lucas Oil Stadium will host all 3 premium live events, including a 2-night SummerSlam and 2-night WrestleMania.
Yeah, in the years to come.
So that'll be after Minneapolis because Minneapolis is going to be the first 2-night SummerSlam.
Yeah.
If SummerSlam's at Foxborough, I'm freaking.
I know. When I first heard it, I was like, "Whoa!"
I'm pulling out loans to get front row seats.
Oh no, that says Royal Rumble and a future WrestleMania and SummerSlam. Yeah. So 2025 is to be announced. 2026 is Minnesota, and then Indianapolis is listed as TBA.
Yeah, they said he might get number 16 there.
That would be so sick.
Oh man, I'm curious if they'll do it. Like, I mean, yes, you have to. If it's last run, like, you got to. I bet he's gonna have a hell of a run though. I bet dude's gonna be working like house shows. Like, he's gonna be everywhere. Like, he legit like loves this stuff.
Gillette. Chad, you got to come up.
Yeah, we'll make the trip.
And then his last match too, I heard. So they have this new deal going on with NBC Universal where they get 4 television, like main NBC shows a year that they gotta fill specials. So John Cena's last match might be its own show, like on national television, possibly towards the end of the year, like a Madison Square Garden around Christmas, New Year's type deal. I heard also.
They need to bring back Saturday Night Main Event if they're going to do that for a couple shows on NBC.
Yeah, I think they got 4 a year, if I remember correctly, that they got to fill.
Well, you talked about that before. I mean, the main event, the WWE main event, could be a 2-hour show that they could run on Saturdays. Saturday main event. There you go.
Definitely.
Yep, once every other month.
Yeah, it'd be easy. Because I remember they did a few years back. They did Starrcade in North Carolina or something like that, and it was a house show. And I was like, why would you not televise that? Starrcade is such a major part of wrestling history.
They could literally cut down on pay-per-views because 12 divided by 4 is every 3 months. Every third month, instead of a premium live event, do a Saturday Night Main Event on NBC.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I feel sometimes like I love once a month pay-per-views because it's like tradition. You know, we barbecue and watch pay-per-view. Like I love it, but I feel like a lot of times you're cramming storylines just to have one. I think sometimes, like I've heard people in the past say, have the Royal Rumble and then don't have anything till WrestleMania. Just let it have a long build. I mean, you could do that. You don't have to have one every month, or you could just have network events. You know, stuff like that.
It's funny you brought up that. So I was thinking this week after watching the Rampage Rumble, you got 2 rings at Survivor Series. Why not do your own Rampage Rumble at Survivor Series, and then the winner gets a world title shot at day 1 of the Royal Rumble?
Oh, you mean like Blood and Guts? Like
was that so? Well, they have the 2 rings, but they put they have guys fighting in each ring, but you stay in that ring, and then when you win out of that ring, you 2 go against each other in the 2 ring. That's how Darby Allin got his world title shot at Grand Slam coming up.
Yeah, that was a good match too. I know we're not.
Didn't WCW do a 3-ring kind of like that?
David Arquette.
Yep, and then once it got down a certain amount, they went into the middle ring, and
it was. It was even the talent said it was confusing.
Yep,
that was one of like the strangest things.
I'm just trying to think of ideas for Survivor Series, though, because with 2 rings there, it's sort of weird to have singles matches, just in my opinion. So if you have that Rumble, that Rampage, like you're not going to call it the Rampage Rumble, but you got 30 guys in that. And between that, the time that takes in War Games, you only really got to add 1 match on right there. And you got your 3 hours filled.
Or another thing, I mean, they still have, they haven't done it in a long time, but they still have Greatest Royal Rumble. I mean, you could bring that back, I guess.
WCW is called World War III.
World War III. Oh, God, that was an awful pay-per-view. Oh, my God.
They only did 3 of them.
Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of those was David Arquette's when he got his thing.
Oh, they did 4. 95, 96, 97, and 98.
If you don't like David Arquette in wrestling, you can just go watch his death match with Nick Gage, and you'll be all set.
Oh yeah, woo! I'm on that.
Well, I'm just saying, if you want to see him get beat up pretty bad,
yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, it was. When did he win his championship? I'm trying to remember. I've slept since then.
April 26, 2000 on WCW Thunder.
Oh, they did that on a B show. God, I remember. It's been so long. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, speaking of April 20th, did you guys hear that RVD also said he could come back and do a match with Cena that he would like to?
I bet Cena's going to have a lot of good matches with people.
I want to see Cena and Punk at some point next year.
Gotta see that.
Yeah, the reason David Arquette won that title was only because Ready to Rumble came out.
Because of the movie, yeah. It was, yeah. I mean, that's the only reason. He didn't even want it. Like, that was a thing I never knew until recently, because I always thought, like, that's every boy's dream or whatever. But, like, watching all the backstage stuff and the interviews and talking about, like, the end of WCW, like, it was glaringly apparent that he didn't want that belt. And I did not know that. That was very surprising.
Especially the Booker T thing too, where he's like, "Oh, Booker, how many times have you won?" He's like, "I've never won." And he just felt awful after that.
I know, like that sucks. Well, do you guys have anything else before we wrap up? I'm gonna go make some dinner.
Yep, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, I got my Chinese food just delivered in a couple minutes. So
cool. Well, that's gonna be it for us. Thanks for stopping by, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy the week. Raw's coming up tonight, so go watch some wrestling. Have some